Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Luke, and you're watching Luke the Gathering. Thanks for checking out the channel and being here. Well, tonight was an exciting night. It was Modern Horizons 3 release, pre-release tournament today. Tons of fun. I stayed for 2 games. I couldn't be there for all 3. I was 1-1. I'm going to share with you the cards that I opened up in my sealed deck, talk about that a little bit, give you some impressions of Modern Horizons 3, and then crack open these 2 participation packs that I got. The local store that I go to, they used to do like pack per win, but a lot of folks, I guess, weren't winning, obviously. And if you're someone, they wanted the sealed sort of experience to be a little bit more inclusive, whereas when you do draft or something like that, then it's really competitive. But and that's pack per win. But for the sealed environment, they just give everyone 2 packs at the end, and everyone just has fun with their pre-release kits. And I think that's totally cool. It's totally great. And so, even if I didn't get all 3 games, I still got 2 packs to take home, and I think that's awesome. So we did that this evening, and wow, I am kind of exhausted. This set has so many mechanics in it. I know a lot of the mechanics, but at the same time, there are so many, and the cards do so many things. The cards are so powerful. It's easy to get really lost in the set. Even I was even glad I had a deck that was sort of had some semblance of synergy to it, and I'm glad for that. It worked out pretty well. The round that I lost, it was really close, really, really close. In fact, my deck was humming along. We got to a sort of a stalled board state at a certain point, and my opponent had a pinger, someone that could just ping 2 a turn, and not even 2 a turn. They could ping like 2 damage by doing something, and they did it a bunch of times, and that was it for me. But a lot of the cards are very powerful. And I had a huge board state, actually, in the game I lost when I ended up going 1-1. And so you'll see the cards. I'll talk about them a little bit. But these will be sort of my initial first impressions of Modern Horizons 3, especially in the sealed sort of limited format. So let's turn the camera around and check out the deck. Okay, let's start with Legion Stronghold. I was not in red whatsoever, but I put this card in the deck because it's a dual land, red and white. It comes in tapped, but on the other side, it's a combat trick where until the end of the turn you can double target creature's power and it gains first strike. So I was thinking, even if like I got this early game, I could play it as a land, but late game I could use this as a combat trick if necessary. That was really cool. The Drowned Jungle, this often came in as a land because the back is a 7-drop, 7/6 creature with Devoid. Also gives you some Eldrazi spawn creature tokens. So I don't know, just ended up getting this particular card early quite often. So it came down as land. I really like these, these lands where you can sort of search for like a wedge. Here we have like white, blue, black, and then we got green, blue, red, and so on and so forth. So these are really cool. They don't come into play tapped, which is awesome. They can also tap for colorless, which is a huge important deal in this format with the Eldrazi and cards that work with them. And so I really like these cards a lot. In fact, when I played in my deck today, I only had 3 of each basic land I needed. I had 3 swamps, 3 plains, and 3 forests, and that was it. I didn't even have any more than that. Everything else was like one of these types of lands, so it was pretty sweet to be able to get these. All right, okay, so those are those. Oh yeah, this is a different kind of card. This is the Windswept Heath. Obviously, if you are familiar with the fetch lands, this is one of them. The friendly fetches are here, allied colors. In Modern Horizons 2, they have the enemy pairings, so they kind of complete the reprint set of these. These are going to be, I think, highly sought after. The Hex Goldsmith, I'm not going to talk about at all because I never actually played this card today. We do have Orderly Plaza here. Again, it's one of those dual lands where the other side can function as something useful at some point in the game. Gargoyle didn't do a whole lot. A lot of these Eldrazi actually were able to get on board, and they were really great. I thought the Eldrazi, even though with their high costs, they were able to get on board. Now, I pulled 2 6s. So check it out. One of them was the promo one, and the other one I just pulled in a pack, and so I was like, I gotta try. And it worked out really well. You mill cards, and then you get lands into your hand, so you don't miss the land drops. And then you can actually cast cards from the graveyard by discarding a land, paying their cost. So that's really cool. This 6 just gets things out of the graveyard for you. Also enables you to get lands into your hand. Really cool. So I was like, oh, is this one of those cards that are just going to suck? No, this is a great card. And it's the 2/4, so it's hard to get through. Wither and Bloom. It's funny because there's Wither, Bloom, Campus, and Strixhaven, but -3, and some other text. Not bad. Warped Tusker. 6/8. Really hard to get through something that's 6/8. I even had a guy that my opponent had a 7/7 and couldn't get through this, so it was fun. Glyph Elemental. This is cool because it has landfall, so this deck was very heavily landfall driven. Every time a land comes down, it gives +1/+1. You can bestow, make this kind of enchantment creature into like an aura, but when it comes off, it turns back into a creature. Fantastic. The Ravager. Ooh, this one's good. This is 5 and a colorless mana. Annihilator 1. This is the first time I've ever had Annihilator in Commander, and it's just a beating on the other guy. Static Prison. This card, man, you really need the energy to have this work. I just put it in here because I thought, well, I need some more removal, but they were able to get out of the prison every time I put this card in, so I didn't really enjoy using it too much. I think others might have a better chance with it. Decree of Justice also didn't really do much. I probably should have just sideboarded it out. The Necrobloom. This is actually what got me into these colors, white, black, green. I made a ton of these 0/1 green plant creature tokens. All you have to do is drop a land down. Now, if you have 7 different names of lands, then you actually end up 2/2 black zombie creatures instead. But obviously in limited, it's hard to get 7 or more lands with different names. So this is perfect. But I made a bunch of plant tokens. That was really cool. Path of Annihilation. I think this is a key card for getting those Eldrazi out earlier than your opponent might think they'd come out. Really key card. I love the Nightshade Dryad. I love that it has Death Touch, add colorless, and any kind of mana. This card is great. Ooh, and I think it's one of the best removal spells I've ever seen. First of all, it's devoid, so there's no color, even though it costs 2 white and black. But it says exile target non-land permanent, so it's a permanent, not just a creature. It could be any permanent. It's not a land, and then you can cast that card as long as it remains exiled, and you can spend colorless mana as though it were mana of any color. So you have to spend colorless mana as though, but I mean, wow, this card is incredible. Colossal Dread Mask. I'm not sure if this is good or bad. I think it looks cool. I think it'd be fun to play, but it's a 6-drop equipment. But it comes in as a living weapon, so it's attached already to something. And then you can equip it to something else for 5, which seems like a lot. But this thing gives +6/+6. I feel like that's nuts. And it also has trample. Inspired Inventor. I thought this guy was really good. This guy gives you energy, or a +1/+1 counter, or a 1/1 servo artifact creature. That's so good. Horrific Assault for 1. At sorcery speed, though, it's a bite spell. I put this linking vampire in. This guy kept coming back for my opponent. This 1-drop black guy for 4, 3 in black, comes back to the battlefield tapped with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. This thing is really annoying. We got Expel and then a Mandibular Kite. I was hoping to get some of my really big guys in the air flying. Didn't quite work out this time around, and this is just a good removal spell. So that was my seal deck. I didn't really make any sideboards. I just kind of ran with what I had. And I think it worked out pretty decent. Let's see what we got in these Modern Horizons 3 play boosters. Hopefully we can grab something good. We have an art card. We have the Molten Gatekeeper foil. It's just a common. We do have Echoes of Eternity. If a triggered ability of a colored spell you control or another colorless permanent you control triggers, that one goes again. Okay, and whenever you cast a colorless spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. Wow, 3 and then 3 colorless. I wonder how hard that is to actually pull off. We've got a dragon here, Truth, the Ravager, and a bunch of other cards that I'm not going to worry about because they're common. So let's go to the next pack. This is the only other pack I'll have. I can't wait to grab some more Modern Horizons 3. I think it's really great. From what I've seen so far, Plains, Unsealing, Aether Revolt is what we have here. Decree of Justice, and that's it. So there's not like a multi-rare thing going on here. Well, there you have it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Best of luck with your Modern Horizon games. I'll see you next time.